Alright, 12 feet 9 inches on the first set of 5. Gunnar Watts, how's it going? Thanks for joining here. Alright, no warm-up today, so going straight into the hole-in-one attempts, so off to a little bit of slow start, but warming up into it now and should be getting within 10 feet and then 5 feet in no time. That one's on a pretty good line. Oh, actually really close. 1 foot on the dot. Alright, wasn't expecting to get one that close this early, but off to a good start. Another decent attempt, maybe a little too far right. Yeah, just a hair too far right on that one. 4 feet 9 inches though. A little bit of a chunk pull there, but off to a really good start so far. 2 shots within 5 feet on that set of 5, and one of them was to a foot. So, through 10 shots, nice to get one close early. Now let's build off of that and get some even better attempts. That one should be close. It needs to fade a little bit. Oh, it tried to use that slope, but it's just not quite enough. 2 feet 7 inches. Third ball out of 15, though, that's been third ball out of 11 that's been within 5 feet. So, off to a really good start. Let's keep it going. As long as I can keep getting the right distance on these attempts, where the ball is rolling by as it passes where the hole would be, one of these is bound to get lucky and be on the right line. But most importantly, get the right distance and then work on direction. Alright, good start line. I am trying to hit it a bit left to fade it back, because there is a slope on that right side of the pin that seems to give me some close attempts, and the fade takes off a little distance. So ideal start line would be right at the left edge of that rock behind the pin, if you can see it. Right idea there, but it was a little too chunky to get there. Gonna come up short, but on the right line. All right, 2 feet 7 inches was the best from that set of 5. 3 out of the first 15 within 5 feet though, so off to a really hot start. Let's get lucky with one of these now. Do you think Jordan can win the players? Oh, yeah. You know, I did take Jordan in my players pool. But I don't know. It's gonna be tough. I definitely think he'll play good the first 3 days, but not so sure about Sunday with how it's been trending this year. Another good line. A little short right though. What about you? Do you think Jordan can finally get back on in the winner's circle? Or is he gonna take a couple more weeks? 4 years. No fade on that one. All right, 12 feet 9 inches on that one. 3 feet 11 inches on the first one, so 4th ball within 5 feet. Right at it again. Oh, just left a bit. Right idea though, good distance. 3 feet 10 inches. I'm a big Jordan believer. I think he's back. I would like to see Jordan back, especially for the Masters. That would be sweet. Not enough fade. What What do you think about the whole Akshay potentially anchoring his putter situation? No fade on that. Full draw. Another solid set of 5 though. I believe 2 more. Yeah, 2 more within 5 feet. Need to put chalk on the end of his putter and see if it gets on his shirt. I agree with that. I've seen some videos where it definitely looks like the putter's touching his shirt, but then there's the argument of like if it's resting on his shirt, but because he's down here, it's not touching his chest. But I definitely think it's he's right on the line right now. Wide open. All right, well, not a bad result. Felt pretty miss-hit, but got away with it. 11 feet 2 inches. A little bit closed again. All right, 20 feet 9 inches, still right on with distance though. Just got to get that fade working again, hitting some straight pulls. All right, better there. 9 feet 1 inch. Back to that straight pull for the last one. Still not a bad round though. I think almost every shot was within 15 or 20 feet. 14 feet 2 inches on that one. Yeah, pretty consistent. Not super close, but got some potential. Do you anchor? No, I've got a standard putter. You must play with some very good people because you have high expectations for every shot. Yeah, I've got a nice myself and my 2 friends. We've got a really good lefty that I play with, and we like to compete a lot. And then my other friend is pretty solid, but usually a little bit higher scores than the 2 of us shoot. But yeah, definitely some friendly competition. Back to that pole. (19 feet 5 inches). All right, struggling to get it to fade now. Got to get these working left to right again. I think that was 3 shots in a row in like the exact same spot. Consistent, but not in a good way right now. Another one to right around 15 feet. Big overcorrection there. Oh, really wanted to get that one to fade and left the club face 5 degrees open rather than 1 to 2. Deserved that water ball. Right idea with just a little too much fade. (10 feet 7 inches) on that last one. All right, a little bit of a sloppy round there. Let's get back to within 5 feet. Another one right around 15 feet. That seems to be the common distance today. All right, a little bit better on that one with not enough fade. 10 feet 7 inches. All right, a lot of good start lines so far that just aren't quite fading back. Still, every shot this round within 15 feet. Just got to get a little bit closer. Big pull on that one. Alright, I thought that one was going to be good, but still no fade. 13 feet 2 inches. Which means 4 out of the 5 from that round were inside of 15 feet, but that is not nearly close enough to be a hole-in-one. Wow. Alright, a lot of double crosses right now. Let's get a fade going before I hit another draw. This is insane. Here we go. Well, I can't complain too much because I finally got it to fade, but still not the best. Here we go. Let's get back inside of 10 feet. One's on a decent line. Oh, close. Right behind it. 4 feet 6 inches. Way off the heel. Gonna be way short. Barely clears the water. Alright, well the good news is I'm back to hitting a fade, but the bad news is I'm starting to start it right at the pin again. Just got to get the left of the pin start and then actually hit the fade. A little bit too far open with the club though. Swing path is still out to in. Credits, how's it going? Thanks for joining the chat. Alright. Quick update to everybody joining now. I'm on to day 47 of the hole-in-one challenge. It has not all been with this club, luckily. I have 4 hole-in-ones made. All of my wedges are done. So 56 degree, 52 degree, 48 degree, and pitching wedge. This is day 12 with the 9-iron, with attempts on the 9-iron. And I'm trying to make a hole-in-one with every club in my bag by the end of the year. All on the simulator, obviously, because on the course would be impossible. But We're on a pretty good pace, knowing 4 of the 13 are done so far. The unfortunate part is this hole with the island green has been giving me huge trouble. Very difficult green. It's super flat by the pin, so not many slopes you can work it off of. But I've got a better strategy. I'm going with less spin so I get more release, and it seems to be working. Obviously, I still haven't gotten the hole in one, so is it really working? I don't know, but there have been some close attempts over the past couple days. So hopefully, can get it done today and finally move on to the 8-iron. That one's the right idea, just a little fade, but yeah, that one was a little chunky, so not quite enough to get there. But my normal draw 9-iron would be a little bit too long, so I'm playing a fade right off the left edge of that rock behind the pin, if you can see it. So that one should be a pretty good attempt. Just a hair too long, but right line, right idea. About 13 feet too long there, unfortunately. But not a bad attempt. Ooh, right idea again, just a little bit too far right. Simulator is not real or accurate. Yeah, I would definitely agree. This is definitely the most out of the simulators that I've played on. This is the most accurate because it's a TrackMan. But at the end of the day, I live in Wisconsin. There's about to be snow on the ground, so this is kind of the best I can do for now. But yeah, obviously if you're hitting off a perfect lie and there's no outside conditions, so not super realistic. But definitely still good for making swing changes and all that stuff. Alright, that one's on a really good line. Just a little short. Right idea though. 6 feet on the head. Alright, pretty solid attempts there. 3 of the 5 shots within 10 feet. Let's keep it going and see if we can get one closer. This is cool, GT dude. Thank you. It's Sad Pool. Midwest prison season. Yeah. Hit my first 175-yard carry with my driver today. Made contact with most of my swings. Let's go. That's awesome. Congrats. Yeah, Midwest prison season is absolutely right. Literally Monday of this week, I was sitting outside. It was like 65 degrees and sunny. And now today, it was like raining and 40, and I think there's snow scheduled for the weekend. So the back and forth of good and bad weather has been very annoying for the outdoor golf season. Right start line, not enough fade. Ends up being a little long as well. one's on a decent line. Oh, actually really good line, just needed more release. 4 feet 6 inches. A little bit short. Ooh, right idea, a little bit too much fade. Uh, 8 feet 9 inches. A little bit left, and I think short. Didn't quite catch that one. All right, definitely got a good rhythm going though. Another good set of 5 attempts. 10 feet 5 inches on that one. Oh, that was 4 attempts so far, never mind. Thought that was it. A little bit of pole draw there. Double cross, stays out of the water though. Alright, I believe I've only had 3 water balls today through probably a little over 50 shots, so that's good. That's what she said. Nice hit, thank you. Pamela, how's it going? Thanks for joining. Alright, I'm going to re-explain one more time because a lot more people just joined. It'll be real quick. So, the hole-in-one challenge is for every club in my bag. So, it says day 47. That isn't 47 days with just my 9-iron. It took me 9 days to make a hole-in-one with my 56 degree, 4 days with my 52 degree, and so on. So I finished 4 clubs, all of my wedges. This is day 12 with my 9-iron. And this has been a really difficult hole because the green is super flat and there's not many slopes to work with. But hoping to finally get it done today and move on to the 8-iron. The closest attempt today was exactly 1 foot. Right line, a little bit too chunky to get there though. Gonna come up short. But yeah, the idea is just to hit a nice fade into this pin and hopefully it rolls out and gets lucky. Alright, that one was really good with just a little too much fade. Seemed like about the right distance though. 8 feet. Definitely has been a good day so far as well. I believe I've got around 10 attempts inside of 5 feet now. So, as long as we can keep that going, I would hope that one of these is bound to get lucky. Oh gosh, but it's not going to be that one. Pole draw. You've got great balance. Thank you. Thank you. So satisfying to watch. Thanks, Farm Life. That's good to hear. I'm new to golf. How does this compare to reality? Is it accurate? So yeah, this is a TrackMan golf simulator, which means I would say it's the most accurate simulator out there, but obviously I'm playing off a perfect lie every single shot, and like there isn't, you can't really, I think everything is like already set. Like the bounces are set kind of. I'm playing with no wind right now, so you got that as well. So it's as close as you can get to real golf, I think, but still obviously pretty far off. Alright, that one could be good if it gets there. Oh, really close. 2 feet 1 inch. But yeah, I try to mainly use the simulator for just swing changes in the off season, and then I do most of my practicing at the range when I can get outside. But definitely super grateful to have the opportunity to play on a simulator when it's 30 degrees outside and I would be freezing at the range. So definitely a great option if you have access to one. Alright, right start line, but no fade. It's probably going to end up around 10 feet left. Yeah, 11 feet 2 inches. Alright, another really good round though. 2 inside of 10 feet, with the best being 2 feet 1 inch. How long ago did you start golf? I have been playing golf for a very long time. I would love to have that 30 degree in the UK. I've been playing golf since I believe I was like, I want to say 8 years old, so that would be 13 years now. But I really started taking it seriously and got more competitive that 2020 summer. So since 2020, I've actually started videoing my swing and trying to improve, where before it was more of just like a hit and giggle type game to me. But I've definitely become obsessed with it over these past 5 seasons or so. Alright, I'm hitting the right start line on a lot of these, but I'm not quite getting it to fade back. So I got to open up this club face just a little bit and get these to turn over to the right. Well, that was quite the overcorrection. I went from pretty much 0 degrees on the club face to 4 degrees open on that one. So a little bit too much. The goal is to keep it between 1 to 2 degrees open to get that proper amount of fade. Alright, that one was fading a little bit, just maybe a tad too far left on the start line there. (18 feet 11 inches). Here we go, let's get back inside of 10 feet. So far this hasn't been the most impressive round, but still 2 more shots to turn it around. Right idea, a little bit too far right on the start line, or a little bit too much fade. Probably too much fade since it came up short. 11 feet 8 inches. Might need to go a little bit. Oh, might have got there, but just a little too far left. 2 feet 8 inches. Okay, back inside of 5 feet. But still just not the one. Not the one yet. Do you want to go pro? I definitely I want to. Currently, my index is right around a 1, and I want to get to a plus index. But pro is definitely seems out of reach. But I think being able to compete at a club championship or that type of level would be really awesome. I've never known, but what's the purpose of a golf glove? Not everyone wears a golf glove, but I just feel like I have better control with my left hand grip. I'm not as worried about the club slipping at the top and the face opening or closing. But it's definitely optional. I know a lot of people who don't wear golf gloves. Oh, right line? No, not quite the right line, but it was a little thin. Not exactly the shot I wanted there. 13 feet 3 inches. Ooh, very chunky on that one. That is one of the things that you have to watch out for with indoor golf is that these mats are very forgiving. And you definitely have to recognize when you're chunking it, because sometimes you don't notice and then you go back out to the course and your shots are carrying 10, 15 yards less. So you got to make sure to be aware of the indoor chunks. Wow. And the indoor shanks. That was, I believe, my third shank of the entire challenge, so a little bit special, but all right, here we go. Lock back in, get some good swings going. And there was the anti-shank swing. Way off the toe. A little bit of a toe draw. Alright, reset real quick. This has been a very bad set of 5. Here we go. Yikes. Could not recover the set there. That was one of the worst in recent days. So let's regroup a bit after that. I'm gonna grab some water and continue. Bro sweating inside. I've been hitting for an hour straight now. It does get a little hot. Last man standing, welcome back. Still on the 9 iron, yep. Still going, but I will say I've had the closest today was 1 foot, and I've had 2 or 3 now that rolled right by the pin and ended up being 2 feet away. So feels very doable today. Just came off a very bad set of 5, but hopefully going to turn it around here. right line, but it's just too chunky to get there. A little bit behind it. All right, here we go. Oh man, I'm all over the club face right now, other than the center. I think I went like 30 balls in a row where I felt like I couldn't miss, and now I've got about 10 in a row where I cannot seem to find the center of the club face. All right, here we go. Backstep pole draw. That's been the miss today, unfortunately, which is a little unusual. Usually short right has been the miss. And it seems that some of the swing changes that I've been working on in between these sessions have put me on the exact opposite side of the original miss. Alright, not perfect, but back in the right area, back on the center of the face. Good visual to see that one and try to get back in rhythm. I just completely let the club drop at the top. That has been a problem recently. All right. Another rough set of 5, but it's coming back. Bro, let's go get this. Yeah. What's your favorite club? Oh, my favorite club is or the one that I hit the best would probably be my wedges. Full swing wedges, I would say. But my favorite club is the putter because there's so many strokes to gain or lose with it. I'm not the best putter right now, but it's definitely something that I want to work on. How much is it to rent the spot? So yeah, I currently have the monthly membership. So mine's a little different because I can get up to 3 hours a day, and I'd say 5 days a week I'm able to get that 3 hours a day actually. But if you were just paying the hourly rate, I believe it would be $25. I gotta double check. It's either $20 or $25 for an hour. And then currently my club path is like 1 to 2 degrees out to in, and then the face to path is about half a degree to 1 degree open on the good shots. That's the target. All right, here we go. A little bit chunky again. Better ball flight though. Here we go. Got a little bit of a low going right now from a solid day. So let's turn this around early before it gets too out of control. little bit of a double cross there. Out to in swing path, and then the face is also closed, resulting in that pull draw. All right, come on. Had a really good rhythm earlier. Let's get back to that. Maybe a little too far right. Oh, right idea though. That's the one that would roll past the pin if it was in line. That one actually might have been a little bit short, but it's going to be one of those that's going to finally be the hole-in-one. A little short right. All right, definitely getting back into rhythm now. Still a little bit off, but at least everything's within like a 15-foot circle of the pin now instead of barely hanging on to the green. But 4 feet 4 inches was the best from that. Ed Myers, thanks for subscribing. That's awesome. Thank you. I really appreciate it. All right, here we go. Got a bit of a rhythm going. Let's take advantage of it now and get some close attempts. That one looks pretty good. Ooh, pretty much landed pin high, just about a foot right and then probably 4 feet past. 5 feet 6 inches. Alright, still the correct shot shape and line, just a little bit chunky there. "11 feet 6 inches. Got a little lucky with that one with the mat forgiveness and then some rollout. Another good one. Oh, pretty similar to the first shot of this set of 5. Landed about pin high and then rolled out. 8 feet 4 inches. I really like the starting line and the shot shape on those two. If I can get that consistent and maybe just take a little bit of distance off, these could be good. Alright, right idea, no fade. 9 feet 7 inches. Definitely back in rhythm now though, so that's good. Now let's see how long I can hold that rhythm and if I can take advantage of it by getting a hole in one. A little bit closed on the face. Still not a bad shot though, probably around 10 feet. 11 feet 7 inches. All right, 3 shots within 10 feet there. Much better set of 5. Let's keep attempts like that going. What is the best shot you have hit with this club? Yeah, so far with the 9-iron, I believe the top 3 attempts were 5 inches away from the hole, 9 inches away from the hole, and 10 inches away from the hole. So still everything, I think I've gotten 5 or 6 within a foot, but haven't quite been able to get the hole in one with this one. A little bit stuck on the 9-iron. Alright, well, the start line is really good right now. Unfortunately, the drawing and the fading is getting a little bit, is the problem. Some of these ones I'm trying to fade are staying straight or even turning over for a draw. But I gotta keep hitting the start line and adjust on the fade side of things. Alright, a little bit better there. That one at least faded. Started a little too far left, but right idea. Ooh. A little bit short right. Right idea though. 8 feet 5 inches. A little too far right on that one. Not bad though, much more consistent on the contact. A little bit inconsistent on the line, but we're getting there. I did it again. Honestly, it's the swing change because I'm trying to get my take back more outside, but that is unbelievable that I did it twice now. Oh my. That's funny. Sometimes you just gotta laugh at those, and now is one of those times. Alright. Getting a little bit fatigued here, a little over an hour into attempts, but definitely still got time for a couple more good shots. And let's see what time I have this bay until the simulator bay. Okay, I've got 30 more minutes of the simulator bay. So I'll probably do 20 more minutes of attempts and then I'm going to have to call it, but that's still plenty of time to make a hole-in-one. If I can stop shanking the ball, that is. Here we go. No fade on that one. Good start line, no fade. 13 feet, 11 inches. A little too spinny. That one's going to come up short. Also, I've dropped a little bit of club speed. I'm down about 2 to 3 miles per hour where I started, just from swinging the club so many times in a row. So got to focus on keeping that up. Otherwise, we're going to see a lot of short attempts. Oh, wide open club face. Alright, a couple bad swings in a row. Let's get back to that rhythm. A little bit uncomfortable right now. Right line. I don't know if it's going to get there though. Yeah, just a little bit short. All right. Alright, quick water break. Now let's get back after it. A little bit better. Still a tad short right, but back inside the 10 feet. Thought that one was going to fade and it just didn't turn over. Right distance though. Same thing. Wow, I'm really struggling with this this swing path stuff right now. Maybe too far outside. Not sure. I'm gonna have to look back at the videos, but quickly turning a good day into some bad attempts. That one's gonna be way short. Oh. All right. All right. I'm actually, unfortunately, gonna end there. I'm gonna use these last 20 minutes or so that I have the simulator for to get some swing videos and make some changes. I think I'm a little too outside right now, but gonna make some tweaks, and I will be back tomorrow. No, I know, I'm sorry. The swing is all out of sorts right now. I don't know, I think I'm a little bit too mental about it. But yeah, if I make these changes now though, should have better, more consistent attempts tomorrow. But thanks everybody for joining. And I'll be live tomorrow around the same time. And Myers, thank you for being in the chat for almost the whole time, actually. That was awesome, and really appreciate you subscribing earlier. Appreciate everybody who subscribed today, if you're still in the chat. But yeah, that's going to do it for today. And hopefully I will see everyone back for tomorrow's stream. But yeah, thank you for watching. See you tomorrow.